100% true. Let's get into our first game, though. Our first attack of the first war of the final day of the playoffs. Let's kick things off. Carbon Fin, it's Keith from Zombie Doom.
Yes, Keith is going up against Raze, coming in with the Drag Bat, has 4 E-Dragons as well. Well, let's see, we're going to be taking a look, and we're dropping the King over on the left side, going to take care of this Royal Champion. It is a multi-target Inferno, so the King's not going to get affected too much like a single would. The E-Drag's going to help set a bit of a funnel, and then he needs to get these Dragons to make their way over to this Town Hall here. Still has the Queen, the Royal Champion, to drop on the base, but I'm wondering where he's going to drop these Bats.
That's going to be the big question here, whether it'll be a bat wave or see a bit of the bomb coming on out. That is the question. Not really taking a lot of time to create a big funnel here. Instead, just sort of opting to throw everything at the base of Raze here from OneHive. Looking to try and take down this Town Hall with the Giga Inferno there as well. They got to get the balloons in to make this one happen. Popping that Warden ability as well to give that 8 seconds of invulnerability, and they are able to take it down.
Yeah, he's pushing his way through. E-Dragons are in the core here, and the Royal Champion coming towards 3 o'clock. Gonna have the Bats come right behind her. The Wizard Tower is locked onto her, so the splash is not gonna hurt these Bats. But is the scatter shot going to hit these Bats as he's moving through? I don't know. It's going to come down to the value from those Bats.
And the freeze spells as well. Got to keep those freezes together using the Seeking Shield from that Royal Champion to try and take those down, keep those Bats alive a little longer. They did pretty well, all things considered, but not taking down this Eagle Artillery, not dealing with that scatter shot, that's pretty huge.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the Bats didn't get as much value as he wanted. The Queen and the E-Drag are on the outside with the Grand Warden, but I think he wanted those Bats to help fly around the bottom side there. The Grand Warden does find that Seeking Air Mine. Gonna wrap it up, closing in towards a 90% here. But unfortunately, he did not get the value from the Bats flying around, and those Dragons got picked off really quickly in the core of that base.
Yeah, I love the thought process there of having that, Royal Champion to tank for your Bats. I love the thought process behind it. With the free spells as well, it was executed fairly well, but not quite enough to walk away with the 3. But hey, an 88% 2-star hit to start off a war. That is still pretty darn solid. That's about 85% in my book. That's gravy.
Yeah, still 88% right there in the very first attack is still a great way to kick it off. But we're going to see what OneHive is going to answer with, because they are up next here. And coming in, Eric is going in with the Yetis and the Bowlers.
Oh boy, looking to have a little bit of a Yeti smash coming on through. Gonna have the Coco Lunas there well to make sure those healers have a good time dealing with any of those Seeking Air Mines. We're seeing the bomb to start things off, wanting to take out one of those key external defenses. That's really sort of become the new meta of how we see those Yeti bombs utilized.
Yeah, he took out this kind of top section over here, so now the Queen can help force her way through the base down towards this bottom side. But I'm going to be curious, he still has these Yetis, drops the Earthquake right over this Town Hall, which means the jump spell has to be used in this area to get everything to move into the core. But he's going to get slowed down by these ice golems, but as long as he doesn't drop these Yetis, he does it right now. So as long as he uses this Grand Warden ability perfectly through the core, this might look pretty strong.
Yeah, here's the bulk of this going on through. They've got the Rage spell. Getting slowed up a little bit, though, from the freeze. Got to make it into this base right now. Got to deal with those core defenses, and that's exactly what's happening right now. This is pretty much the exact... hang on. Splitting up a little bit. This isn't necessarily ideal.
Yeah, he still has the Royal Champion to drop on the base here, maybe on the outside, but the Grand Warden and the Yetis are, on the outside here. The Royal Champion's coming down here, but it looks like these healers got stuck onto the Queen, and it's a little awkward base because he wasn't able to get to the pretty much, I think, the second most valuable target of the defense other than Town Hall, which is that Eagle Artillery still standing, which is going to be raining fire down on these troops as he moves around.
Yeah, he had to go the long bomb all the way through the center of that base to get it done. Not quite able to do so. However, the Royal Champion, she's found her way into the base somehow, all the way through towards the center, trying to take down this Eagle Artillery. Does not have her ability, though, so keep an eye on that. trying to take it down, not able to do so. The king is there, but the queen with these healers trying to deal with this, just extending the life, the value of this attack so far, but still only at 67%.
Yeah, the big thing down here at the bottom where the Yetis were, they don't have those Yeti mites to jump over the wall to grab the archer tower and the cannon. The queen had a burn ability, help take down that eagle, but there's just looking like there might be just too much left of the base here with about 40 seconds left. The queen might be able to get through it, but time doesn't look on his side here.
Not if these healers don't decide to target the right hero. That's not a great situation, and now the chances, I think, are absolutely gone. Everything would have been in reach still. That's the thing. The queen could have been able to get through. Everything was technically in reach. This did come down to, I think, potentially you could even... no, not at Seinfeld. That's just going to be it. 80%, though, not a bad opening from Eric, but I don't think quite as strong as we were hoping for from him. He's pulled off some pretty impressive attacks in the past. Yeah,
he got a lot of those troops that ran outside of the base, unfortunately. He wanted more of the push and those healers to keep those Yetis up in the core so that he can get a little bit more value, but a lot of it we saw run around the edge, finishing up with an 80% 2-star. So OneHive is down at the moment, but we're still looking. We've seen so many of these wars come down to just 1-star. Over that triple can make the difference.
1-star, 1%. We have seen everything in the mobile opens so far. But yeah, I wouldn't count OneHive out yet by any means. It is still early days, but still, oftentimes we see these teams start off with some of their strongest attackers right at the front and right at the end as well. So we'll see if the rest of the team can rally, as now it is over to the other side. It is over to Zombie Doom and King Icy to retaliate and try and maintain this lead they've built for themselves.
Yeah, we have King Icy coming in with the massive... Oh, he's got 9 Yetis here on Matty J. Does have the blimp, so we've been seeing a lot of these Yeti blimps help clear a section of the base. But notice that there is an opening kind of in this alley here where he could get the Yetis to move in. But unless he just uses this Grand Warden to pick off the Town Hall, that's a lot of value. Just a Grand Warden walk, get an exposed Town Hall, then he can move in and use the Grand Warden ability deeper into the core. It doesn't have to use it over the Town Hall there.
Yeah, that's really an ideal situation, and with these healers, that's absolutely something that we could see happening here. This Warden walk, you don't see this too often. A Warden just being able to pick off a Town Hall like this is a pretty big deal. And is this intentional for Matty J? Is this bait? What do you think about this base design?
I mean, I really don't know here. That putting the Town Hall on the edge, usually you might see some traps to kind of lure the Grand Warden for it, but he literally just gave up that Town Hall just like that. It was really...
He didn't have to burn a rage.
Yeah, he didn't have to burn any of it. But he has to do it through the expos. But now the Yetis and everything are going to charge his way through the base here. Does have some wall breakers, which he can drop for that initial wall.
Here we go.
Yep, there it is. He's testing. He's going to push his way through. And then he needs to charge his way through all the way through the core. But he still has a blimp that could come in either on the backside, or it could be used to help clear maybe a section up at kind of 12 o'clock, which I think might be the case. We'll have to see.
I love this decision from King Icy to hold on to that blimp to see how this initial push goes before he decides to commit those resources. That is a heads-up play. A little bit of risk when you look towards the time, but at the same time, you realize, wait a second, all right, do I need to put it up here? Yes, I do. Or do I need to put it down the bottom? In this case, like you identified, this is the compartment that needs to be dealt with. It's got that double wall section you've got to get through. And look at the beautiful execution on that. Royal Champion is there as well to help support it. The rest of the push is cleaning up the bottom. This is looking clean so far from King Icy.
This is looking really good here with that jump leading into the last section. Can get the Yetis to move there. That is a multi-target Inferno, which it looks like the Royal Champion already used her ability. But with about 50 seconds left in the raid, some more balloons which he can drop around, it's looking really good with this Queen ability still. Has a Wizard up top for cleanup. It's going to come down to time here, but he does have to take care of this Scattershot and multi, which look like they're not reachable out from the outside here.
Yeah, this is, I think, probably going to come down to time. A lot of really slow-moving troops just wandering their way through the base. Got to look to clean this up. They're on the outside right now. Not really going to be able to take advantage of that jump spell, unfortunately, and only at 78% with 22 seconds left on the clock. Hang on.
Wait, the Queen's coming around.
Queen?
Hang on.
I see you.
Wow, pops the ability right there. The Yeti Mites are moving around here, but with only 10 seconds left, the Queen ability helped remove the scatter, and down goes the Royal Champion. But unfortunately, it looks like time is going to what stops this from the 3-star right there. 90% 2-star from King Icy.
Really?
Wow.
Really? So like I said, it looked clean. I mean, the thought process there you identified, all right, this is the, the key compartment he's got to deal with the blimp. Yeah. This is the path right through here. So the jump spells are going to go down. Really well executed. It just came down to time, not quite able to string that together. I think he maybe didn't necessarily need to use that one rage spell to get that Grand Warden back up to full HP, because some of the other units might have been taking stuff from the Expo there, and if you had that additional rage, maybe that would have been, but we're nitpicking right here. That was still an awesome, awesome attack. 90%, really good. How can OneHive respond?
Well, I mean, they're going to have to respond with a 3-star of their own if they want it, because they're down on percent at the moment, but Matty J definitely is one of them that can do it on OneHive to try to answer using the Yetis as well. But this one is an anti-2-star, has a Town Hall all the way in the core, pulls out some witches from the clan castle, some balloons outside to lure it. The queen's down. Looks like he might try to charge the queen around this way, but keep your eye on that single target Inferno. But these witches and these skellies can be really annoying if you don't get that precision poison drop. But there it is. Should be able to have these witches walk right into it.
Yeah, really nicely done. Good utilization of that poison to deal with the CC. There's a reason it's kind of a staple in pretty much everybody's attack strategies these days. It just has a lot of utility that it can bring to this, and it creates a lot of time, because this is so much time the Queen has spent not attacking the base.
Yeah, and a beautiful use of this Royal Champion here, but the Skellies, is that going to stop this single from going down? No, the ability does help lock up the single and takes it down, and now he's going to charge these Yetis, but this whole section on the bottom might lure the Yetis to here. He needs to get the Yetis into the core to this Town Hall to get the value there. But what is moving through? But he does have that blimp, which he can use for the Town Hall just in case.
So this is going to be a split. Queen is going up here towards the north. The rest of the attack going to go down towards the bottom with the Grand Warden there. So this Queen charge going in. Looking to actually take down the Eagle Artillery. So this might not be the worst split in the world right here. Royal Cloak going to be utilized, taking that down. Now the question becomes, has enough damage been done, and can this amazing group of units down there, look at all those HP bars, that's a lot of troops, can they get through the rest of the base right here? We have hasted balloons to try and take down that Inferno Tower as well. Things are looking pretty good. Again though, it might just come down to time. There's a lot of base here, and these troops not necessarily in position to get it done, and of course you still got to deal with that Town Hall.
Yeah, I love the use of that balloon to pull that Seeking Your Mind all the way into the core to make sure that the blimp can make it there. He pops it, helps damage the Town Hall from the death damage of the blimp. The Yeti should be able to take it down, no rage needed, but he's got some of these boulders moving around. One healer left, locks up the 2-star, has another rage and free spell to use, but it looks like a lot of these troops kind of got picked off as they were moving around. Drops the rage. These bowlers are going to try to work their way. Oh, and a spring trap launches the bowlers, and there's a Tesla farm on the top side. Unfortunately, didn't get the true value he really wanted with that push around. The Queen went all the way to the top to the Eagle, which, I mean, still was nice to help remove the damage from it, but unfortunately the pathing was kind of missing there.
Yeah, I mean, talk about taking the long way around. No shortcuts here for Matty J. All those bowlers, those Yetis went all the way down towards the bottom of that base, that 6 o'clock position, and there's still so much here up at the top. I really like this base design coming out here from Karma. That is not the easiest name to read at a glance, I'm going to be honest. But yeah, Karma from Zombie Doom. I love this base design. Talk about the anti-2-star. There's just these 2 bastions of defenses up at the top, up towards the bottom, and you're trying to deal with it. Again, you just kind of get baited in towards the middle here. Oh, hey, look at this Town Hall. Can you take it? But it ended up being pretty difficult there for Matty J to get that done. Only 76%, the lowest percentage so far of the day.
Yeah, that's going to hurt OneHive additionally right there, because they were down percent, and that's going to push them down even more. So they're going to be looking to get some triples to bring them back and give them the advantage. But we've been seeing a lot of those anti-2-star bases with the Town Halls centralized in the core, because one small mistake could result in your opponent getting that 1-star.
Yeah, and as much as like we see all these great high percentage attacks, not only the players getting better, but with Town Hall 13 as well, the bases are stronger too. You've got to keep that in mind. As much as these troops are getting scarier, as much as you've got that additional hero, these base designs in 2020, man, I got to say I'm a big fan.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at the next base design with 2 single target Infernos, which single target Infernos have been making a comeback in the meta, and they've been making it so much harder on those Queen charges, because if you get that Queen locked onto from that single target Inferno, you're going to have to burn your rages or your freezes. You might have to burn that Queen ability, and eventually if you use all that and still locks onto you, that's going to take down your troops so quickly. But in this one, we have the Queen being dropped up top at 12 o'clock, and he's deciding to come in with some Yetis as well, but this time some witches.
Yeah, noticing that as well. Going to have the witches, decent damage. Going to have those skeletons being summoned as well. But yeah, noticing this a lot, these single target infernos. I think a lot of that has to do, of course, with the more prevalence or higher prevalence of these ground-based attacks. Yetis, these troops that have those little bit of higher HP that you want to burn down. And then also, you mentioned it before, having these queen charges being such a staple in the meta right now.
Oh, yeah. And these Yeti blimps have been coming in so popular nowadays to help remove sections of the base. But take notice that the enemy queen did go down from this blimp. So that's a huge value. That queen jumped over the wall and was being able to take down from the Yetis and the Valkyrie that usually comes inside of the blimp. Now the queen doesn't have to worry about that. She can move her way all the way to the top side. Doesn't need any wall breaks because what he's going to do has 3 jump spells. He's going to have to jump over the town hall right here, and then he's going to have to jump over pretty much into this next section so that he can get every part of these Yetis right to the core to this back end into both of those Inferno towers. And he's going to have to deal with this Eagle artillery, which is all the way on the back. So, I mean, in this attack, he decided to end on that.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. I mean, you have the question you've got to pose. Do I take down the Eagle artillery first and try and make it to the town hall, or do I go for the safer route and take the town hall, secure the star, and then try and make my way through to the Eagle? This is going to be a lot tougher. I also love the fact that he's held off on dropping these jump spells until he's absolutely sure where these troops are pathing to just, well, let's put it this way, to really just lay down the red carpet, I guess the green carpet in this case, to where those troops need to go. Still an okay push so far, but man, just watching this Eagle artillery go through, watching all these defensive structures just ripping apart this attack, it's really starting to run out of gas.
Yeah, he really needs to single. Oh, it does go down right there. Did pop the Royal Champion ability, and now he's moving around with the healers onto the Queen. Still has her ability of moving through, but this Royal Champion, if she can make it all the way through, but she doesn't have too much health, and there's going to be quite a bit of point defenses on the back end. With about 30 seconds left, it's going to come down to time and if he can get the value with the Queen.
That's really the big question mark. I almost wonder if I want to see a little bit of an earlier committal here to this Royal Cloak. There it is. Going to be getting all those archers out as well to make sure that they've got the additional DPS, that damage per second, so they can take down these remaining structures. And at 89% with only 10 seconds left on the clock, it's going to be really close. I don't think we're going to see a 3-star, but it's going to be one of the best attacks we have seen so far today. King Tut looking like an absolute beast right there. Just coming on out, 92% time fail. Down to the wire.
Yeah, I'm wondering, I was looking back at the replay, it was looking like the jump spell, I think he might have dropped 2 jump spells on top of one another.
I wonder where the third jump spell went.
Yeah, he didn't have anything to jump into the back section. I was looking there.
That would have made a huge difference.
It would have. I think that's what I saw there, so... But if he had a third jump for the back end, it could have helped the Yetis move their way through, but still finishes up with a 92% 2-star. So we're in the high, look at that, averaging a 90% to OneHive 78.
I mean, this is amazing coming out here from Zombie Doom. They are looking really impressive right now. Seems like OneHive has been struggling with the bases a little bit. Zombie Doom seems to be making a lot of the right decisions. They're not playing super risky. They're not going too crazy. They're just doing what they need to do.
Yeah, getting it done, and that's exactly what you need to do at this part of the double elimination because you're in the lower bracket. You lose, you're going to be going home. You can't afford any mistakes. But that is what they're trying to do on the defenses. Force your opponent to make that mistake. Coming in with this Yeti blimp into this section to help take down the single, the air defense, and this whole core. And then, which is going to allow him to figure out to drop the Queen, to walk the certain way. It looks like the Queen's going to be used to go up here, to move his way through here, which means that the Queen, the Yetis will have to meet up unless this storage might pull the Queen down south. He's going to have to adapt here. Oh, nope, she does go in. So now he can charge his way to the core, to that town hall there.
Ooh, that was close. That could have been. Yeah. I mean, would have been able to adapt on the fly potentially here, but still, Chubb seems to be executing the game plan pretty darn well. There's the preemptive jump spell. Same with the rest of this attack is going to go on through. Barb King as well, sit in the funnel up to the 12 o'clock position, but need to get into the core of this base. Rage spell going down now onto those healers, making sure that everything is going to be healthy enough to push through this base. Queen ability also had to be burned, though.
Yep.
This isn't ideal, and because you didn't set a super great funnel early on, where are all these troops going, Carbon?
Oh, no. He had everything move on the top side. He needed to get that funnel by the King a little bit earlier to cause these Yetis to move through the core, which then also forced the Queen to pop her ability and use the Rage on the outside. He's charging his way through, but as long he needs to get these Yetis into the core, which is looking good, does still have this Grand Warden Eternal Tome for the Town Hall to protect them, but he does get spun up, which shouldn't be too big of a problem, but Now he has to deal with the triple ice golem that CC that comes out of here.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. This is just going to slow everything down. Just having all of that ice dropping onto the field. Suddenly we're in the middle of winter. I guess we are kind of in the middle of winter. In any case, he's got to get all the way through. There's that additional jump spell. You need to take down the Eagle Artillery because it has been doing work this entire time. But Carbon, there are just not that many troops left.
Yeah, he's pushing through with the final jump down. No more spells to use, but this Royal Champion is still up. This Royal Champion can do a ton of work. This enemy king is going to stall everything up here with a scatter shot, but he doesn't have too much cleanup on the top side. Take a look. He has one goblin that's going to be running around here with just one archer. So if anything, it might just come down to time. But wait a second. All these Yetis just pretty much disappeared from that scatter shot.
Yeah, they just got absolutely melted.
Oh,
and that Eagle lived for way too long. I was just sitting here staring at it going, okay. It just like never went down. It got like 2 more barrages out in the time. The Queen was standing like with 10 feet away from it. I do not understand. With 21 seconds left on the clock and only a few units left to do cleanup, this is not looking super great here from Chubbs from OneHive. What is going on with OneHive today?
I don't know. Some of these base designs, it's making it a little bit tricky. And see, we've seen many types of those where you have the Town Hall towards the edges, which are more kind of the anti-3-star. But you can usually come in and throw some Yeti attacks on those, and those can result in really high percent 2-star attacks, which is great for this type of format because you only get one chance at these bases, but then those also can result in 3-stars as well.
That's the one thing I tend to notice a lot about these anti-2-star quote-unquote bases is that they tend to be high risk, high reward. We oftentimes see players go in and they either really struggle with them or they just blow right on through. So far, it seems like Zombie Dune has found the recipe to shut down OneHive, only averaging 77% right now versus the 90% their opponents are putting up. And we are more than halfway through this war, Carbon Finn. Zombie Doom is looking great.
Yeah, Zombie Doom is looking really good, but OneHive is going to have the final attack, which they're going to need at this case because if Zombie Doom doesn't get any 3-stars and OneHive does just pull out one, they still have a great chance and they can win the war with that.
Oh, absolutely. And especially because it does come down to the wire like that.
Yeah.
If I'm Zombie Doom, I need to get a 3-star. I need to get a 3-star. I cannot get blindsided like that in the final attack. That would be absolutely disastrous. If all of a sudden you pull off this great war, you're ahead in percentage this whole time, you're going for safe, consistent 2s, and then suddenly, last hit of the war, your opponent comes in and they drop a 3-star and you just lose off the back of that. There's nothing you can do, no chance to respond. That's not how you want to go out.
No, that is not at all, but we're going to see Zombie Doom coming in with the Yeti attack here. We've got Quad Quake, we have a jump, which we can get into this Town Hall here. The Town Hall is a little bit exposed here on the outside with one wall kind of protecting. I think this whole area near the Town Hall is pretty much trapped to kind of entice the blimp to come in. I think there's a bunch of Seeking Air Mines, tornado traps. Get ready to see all these healers might get hit here.
I would not be surprised, but hey, Grand Warden walk. Hey, you set all these traps for, all those things. I'm just not going to get in range. I'm just going to start things off out here. Grand Warden's going to go through and try and defend this, and that's A-okay. And there we go. Dropping the Siege Barracks as well to continue to support that, having the P.E.K.K.A., having the Wizards. And let's see if you were right, Carbon. Let's see if those traps come out.
Yeah, there is a ground skelly that does pop up there. But the thing is, we do have the Grand Warden altar kind of on this bottom side, which might pull some of the bowlers and Yetis down there. But they're also getting pushed into the core because of the clan castle here. And he did pop that Grand Warden Eternal Tome. And look at this. The Town Hall is yet to go down. Now it goes down. He might lose a few bowlers.
Oh, boy.
Just passing through, and he just drops the Quakes right now.
Yeah, a lot of damage done by that Giga Bomb, though. Is able to get through to the center, does have the Rage spell. This is pretty solid. On the outside, you've got those Hogs going on through the cleanup crew with that Royal Champion. But, oh, boy, the Bermuda Triangle is very real right in the center of all those Inferno Towers. It's looking crispy.
Oh, yeah, he drops that final freeze right onto the scatter shot and that single target Infernal. The Royal Champion comes through and clears the top side, moving his way through, does still have the Royal Champion ability, and the Queen with no more healers, so just the Queen and the Grand Warden trying to push their way through. It looks like these defenses are going to pick off the final Hogs moving around, and there is no more cleanup, so this Royal Champion literally has to clear this base, and there's just not going to be enough time with only about 40 seconds left on the clock.
This is a little bit of a better defense from OneHive. Eric showing up in a big way, stymieing the push of Emery from Zombie Dragon. Going to have that shield going on in, going to be life stealing back up. Going to be looking to probably get above 80% here, or sorry, 70% 80% here, I would not be surprised, but still the lowest attack from Zombie Doom, not going to be able to maintain that 90% average, which, to be fair, that's a pretty tall order.
Yeah, that is still 90% is incredible at this stage and getting the kind of 2 stars, but that is the lowest one for Zombie Doom right there. We'll have to see what OneHive can do. They still have a chance. It's only been 2 stars so far in this war.
It has, and that's interesting to note. It's just how good, often we talk about the attack strategies, we talk about the nuance of where spells are placed, all that kind of stuff, but I really want to profile how well these bases are being designed right now. They're offering no easy solutions. Like, we could do this, and he could do that, and normally, even you, like, your predictions have been spot on, but normally you're like, yeah, he goes here and here and here, and that's how you attack this base. There have been bases where I go, he could legitimately come at this from any direction. So I'm loving to see that. I feel like as Town Hall 13, players have really sunk their teeth into it now. As we get into this next attack, it shows just how good players are getting at building these bases.
Yes, absolutely. And now we have another one with the Town Hall isolated inside the core of this base with the Eagle right next to it, but coming in with look at this. 30 miners. It's something different we haven't seen here today. With the Queen on the outside, is going to get hit by quite a bit of these Expos. And she's moving her way through. No wall breakers. Take note of that, meaning the Queen's going to stay on the outside of this base the whole raid, it looks like, as the miners need to come through.
Yeah, I mean, miners, of course, they don't care about walls. They're just going to dive right underneath that. Just dig their way on in. You see the Barb King up at the top as well to set the funnel. Keeping an eye on that. He's going to move around the outside. The Queen is there. He got those arrows pointing on in. And what do I see from this 11 o'clock position, Carbon?
Yep, the Queen's going to walk her way all the way down this left side down here. The King's going to clear this funnel, which is going to leave a nice path for these miners right to go for that Town Hall, which is what you need in the core. Still has this blimp that he can send for the Town Hall just in case as kind of insurance here, but the miners are moving through, does have the heals down, one more freeze, but the not using this blimp early can be a big problem because all these defenses are hitting his troops, and he might just have to use this on the Town Hall.
Yeah, it looks like that might be the case. Look at these. I don't think I've ever seen 3 Inferno Towers in the same compartment. That is kind of unheard of right there. But it just means that that one section is going to be really tough to break through. There's the blimp, like you mentioned before, but only at 53%. We do have the activation on that Town Hall, but oh my, this is going to be tough. This is not going to be the most highest percentage hit we've seen yet.
No, I mean, these bases, unfortunately, they are holding because of the 1 star or 1 attack format, and he locks up the 2nd star there because you can't risk getting a 1 star in this, because if you do, you are going to be at a huge disadvantage because you only get 1 try in these bases with the Queen walking around. I mean, if he had time, the Queen with ability, these healers, no matter what, are going to get picked off by this multi-target Inferno as the Queen walks by here. But he would have loved to probably hit this at a little different angle, probably using maybe the blimp early to help clear a section of the base, and then have a little bit more power with these miners through the core.
Yeah, that might have been the call right there. I mean, still going to be above 75% at the end, out of range now of that multi-target, which means the Queen is going to be able to just go to work to try and accrue as much percentage as possible. Have a few troops around the outside to clean up these trash structures. Finally, the Queen is going to go down. So still a decent hit here from Raze. He got what he came for, but no big threes. And when you're behind this far, in terms of percentage, not only can you not get lower percentage than what your opponent has, you can't just tie in stars. You've got to step up. This is actually looking a little scary here for OneHive.
Yeah, this is not looking good at all because Zombie Doom's going to have the final attack here, or not the final, but their final attack. If they get a triple, that's going to lock it up because they are up on the percentage. But if they don't, OneHive still has a chance. The door will be slightly open, but they might have it if they can get a 3-star.
I see. I don't even think it's like the door is only slightly open. The door is just open because any member of OneHive on any given day can pull off the 3-star. You are never safe. But Zombie Doom with their final attack, hey, who knows? If they pull out the 3-star here, this would pretty much guarantee them the win. That's what they're looking to do. It comes down to Karma going into the base of level 8 Pidgey. Still one of my favorite names in the Mumble Open.
Absolutely, and Karma's deciding to send the Yeti Blimp straight into this Town Hall. We've been seeing so much of this, and the Town Hall does go down really easily with that raid spell, and then he's going to drop with 3 witches, 4 more Yetis, pulls out the triple Ice Golem, standard CC nowadays. because, you know, that's going to slow your queen down tremendously and results in those time fails.
Oh, yeah. No, there's just so much slower. So much slower. She just takes all day to clear them up. And then once she finally does, they explode and cover everybody with ice. And then it's just like, can't move anywhere. It's like winter in Canada. It's not a good time.
Yeah, with these ice combs, look at this. And also, the thing is, the queen not only gets frozen, but she gets slowed down when the ice combs hit her. That's why the ice combs are a very valuable CC, but unless you attack with air. But at Town Hall 13, air is not really the meta unless you come in with some dragons, which can work sometimes. But remember, these are all base dependent, and you need to be able to at least get the 2-star, get the high percent too, but you really need to go for 3s at this point.
Yeah, I mean, at this level of play, you have to be able to run different strategies based on what kind of base you are seeing. And we're seeing the funnel being set. We're seeing the jump being laid, and we'll see if they can get their way on through, laying that one down, just try and make the way through the middle. The queen getting very low. We do have the Eternal Tome trying to push through into the center of the space. What are you seeing, Carbon?
Yeah, he popped the Grand War Eternal Tome to clip that queen also, which was huge because he didn't have to pop that queen ability. He's pushing his way through this core, and the Royal Champion's going to come through the top side and try to help clear all of that with the witches on the top, which the Skellies and the witches are going to be able to remove all that kind of trash buildings on the top side to keep these Yetis inside the core. This is not looking too bad, but we have to keep our eye on this single target Inferno. What kind of damage is it going to do here?
That's really the big question mark. The Royal Champions taking out the Inferno Tower to the north. Can they take down the one here on the right side of the base? No, not finding it, and instead finding one of these key heroes. This is not ideal, Carbon.
Oh, he's got the Royal Champ moving in to this single target Inferno section. The Queen burns her ability. Pops
there
the Royal
goes.
Champ, and down goes the single target Inferno. Does this have a chance? It's looking pretty good, but it's going to come down. He's got the air defense with 30 seconds left. I think he's got this.
This is going to be close. The Royal Champion, though, at full HP,
Wow.
92% and climbing. Karma needed to get it done, and get it done he might with 20 seconds left on the clock. That looks like it is going to be it. Karma from Zombie Doom securing the 3-star hit, and that is absolutely epic. What a way to finish out this war for Zombie Doom.
Yeah.
That's the nail in the coffin right there.
Yeah, indeed. That means that no matter what OneHive gets, they're going to try to still put a 3-star on the board, but no matter what, they can't win on the percent there.
This almost never happens.
No.
It came down to the final attack, but for this case, for OneHive, they're going home.
Yeah.
I cannot believe it. We're going to watch this final attack.
Yeah.
We're going to see how OneHive goes out here, but Zombie Doom with a clutch 3-star victory on the back of solid performance after solid performance.
Yeah.
Looking so solid. Okay.
Yeah, taking down the Season 1 champions and Season 3.
We're not going to see OneHive with the finals.
No, we will not see there. I mean, maybe
Oh,
they're in the finals for every odd season there.
Yeah,
For
for season 5, we'll see them. Okay. All right. I hear what you're saying here, Carbon.
Whoa.
Level 8 Pidgey, though. He should be a level 11 at least right now. Come on. I say this every time.
Winning the championship should level up the Pidgey there.
Seriously, yeah.
But
should be at least level 10.
We'll see level 8 Pidgey coming in with the Yetis. 7 Yetis and the Queen on the outside. Another one of the triple Ice Golem CCs going to be used. And the thing is, this CC is all the way on the edge, which means that you can just easily lure with any troop there, any ground troop, because if you drop air like a balloon, the Yetis will not come out because they don't target it. But now he's going to charge this Queen straight into this Town Hall here to help remove this kind of whole section with the Queen. And, oh no, he's going to drop everything there with the Yetis, it looks like, right behind with the bowlers. Needs to get this Grand Warden down. He does. And then hopefully they can charge straight into the Town Hall.
So this base looks like a Power Ranger helmet, and I'm a big fan of it. Just as a side note for base aesthetics out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's look at this attack as it's going on through. We got the Quad Quake in the middle.
Oh.
We have the Town Hall being activated. Not too early, though, as that Giga Inferno's going in. What are you seeing, Carbon?
Uh-oh, the wall right there. He missed that tile, which means that the Yetis were not able to kind of move their way from inside here to the outside there, but he had a few of the Yetis move from the outside here, so he's got some stuck inside that compartment with the Royal Champion dropped. I'm trying to see where, okay, so the Royal Champion is moving down south, moving over here, but he does still have this blimp to drop on the base. Oh, he switches it up to a Stone Slammer here.
Stone Slammer's going to go in, just going to start to poke away at these defenses on the outside. The Inferno Tower is there. It's going to take a little bit longer to slow it down. Can it get the... Nope, not going to find the final shot. And does have the Rage spell to take down these defenses with the Yetis, but still only at 62%. There's not a whole lot left of this attack.
Yeah, he's trying to move his way through with this Queen and ability here with one more balloon, but the single target Inferno onto the top side and the enemy Queen there is, I mean, with
that's
that,
tough.
Yeah, well, the wall is just open, so the Yeti can walk inside of that, but is forced to pop that Queen ability right there.
Yeah, that's absolutely huge. Of course, that Royal Cloak makes the Queen untargetable by defenses, as well as summoning up those archers. And that, well, that one little pixel, you talked about not being able to get those troops out of the bottom compartment, but getting into the right eye of this Power Ranger helmet with that one wall section going down does do quite a lot. And 86, 87% in climbing with 30 seconds left. This attack's looking solid, but what the heroes are dropping now, and I don't know.
Oh, that balloon goes down. He needs that Grand Warden to pick off the Archer Tower, but he didn't want to hit it, unfortunately, there, and has the top Archer up there. But we already know, no matter the result of this attack, that Zombie Doom is going to be advancing and knocking out OneHive there. What a very great effort from OneHive, but have to give it to Zombie Doom. They deserved it.
All the props in the world to Zombie Doom.